So, yesterday, I kind of had a disappointing moment. I had a lovely 109-minute recording. I would have really liked that to hit 200 minutes, because the biggest issue was I had a significant power loss, so therefore I lost all that footage. Well, no, actually I didn't lose the footage, I just lost that loot. And I'm not even angry, but we're going to see about fixing that today as we continue our adventure on the Sea of Thieves. You know what? Yeah, go ahead. I said yes. I said yes! Alright, glad to finally know an answer. I should have continued editing that the other day, and I would have known exactly what happened to my old video. Ah, yes. Oh, dude.
Another
Dude,
new
we've been over this.
That was quite the celebration when you arrived. I'm not surprised you don't remember it. The pirate lord told me to expect you. I hope you're...
Alright. Such a pretty plant. Yes, you are. Alright, and so our adventure begins. Lookout point, south. Alright. Or no. Lookout point is west of my current location. So in all honesty, I absolutely just love the mood of Sea of Thieves. Friends of mine have asked, like, in the past, like, you know, why do I like this game so much? And it's like, it reminds me of, like, the summer as a kid. And the thing is, like, I until recently don't ever remember seeing the ocean. I only saw the ocean recently when I took my son out there to see it for ourselves. I'd always lived inland when I was little, like baby. I used to live on the beach and whatnot, but I was too little to ever remember that such a thing. But the thing is, when Sea of Thieves like was first getting announced and everything, I didn't jump on for the pre-beta because not the pre-beta, but like the founders or whatever they were called. But I didn't jump in on that. I regret not doing it because I just seen so many games. Like it's hard to like kickstart a game, in my opinion. I mean, unless it's something really established. And honestly, I should have trusted Rare. And early on they promised a puddle at release, and they were dead honest about it. Like they knew it was gonna be a rough, open, and they delivered. The first season was pretty rough. The loot did not feel worth it. PvP was pretty rough. But the thing is, like, the game's got a lot of staying power, and the fun you find in it is the fun you're able to make in it. In time, like, my recording sessions slowed down even as I lost, my want to do this, because it is difficult taking just a rowboat and doing it, because like you're constantly on edge. Like you very rarely get to relax on on dry land. Like, you're always out at sea, and when you're at sea, you're oftentimes blind and looking for anything to give you, like, a sense of direction. Sometimes I use the stars. Some constellations I'm pretty good at spotting and be like, oh, okay, that's north. See, before the Tall Tales came out, finding north was super easy because that star would peer through the clouds even, and you were able to always know where north was just by turning your head. Now it's a little trickier, but for the most part, I've come to recognize rocks and land masses now, like the little rocks out in the sea. I have approximations of where they're at, but like to name them or to, other than the dolphin rocks as I call them, out by Golden Sands outposts. Why am I not remembering this? Anyway, but between Sanctuary and Golden Sands is I always call those two rocks the dolphins because they look like two dolphins coming up to Quiche. But yeah, here I think I end up going to shark bait for a riddle quest. A lot of this is uneventful, just me running around PvEing. I very rarely run into other ships. When I do, I usually make a decision, run from them, hide from them, or ambush them if I have nothing to lose. Mermaid stones, I honestly don't think I could have done this without them. Excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to yawn. No, it's been a long night. But I am kind of hoping that in the future I'm able to throw together my own editing style. I gotta figure out what I want to do with my editing. I mean, I've only been using this Wondershare for a couple days now. I've learned a couple tricks. I don't have all day to like sit and study on it because I gotta study things like C+ and Security+ and stuff like that because I do want to try and get some certifications, but it is what it is. Oh, excuse me, another big yawn. Wow. Enough of that. I think after shark bait, did I already hit lookout point? I wasn't paying attention to my own recording here. No, I rather enjoyed it. Like, it was a lot of fun doing these sessions, rowboating out, practicing. I mean, hell, I've always been a hell of a helmsman, like having a sense of direction. The only thing I hate about this game is backseat drivers. It's like, you need to turn left. First off, port. Secondly, there's a rock, and we're going around it, and we're going to park on the south side of the island next to where the X marks the spot is. So, that's usually how most conversations go when I'm like playing with randos. I've got a few guys I like to play with, but I haven't seen them in a while. I have to bump into them again. Oh, one of the reasons I always sort out the skulls from everything else is just listening to them constantly, rest in peace. It gets old quick. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but when it comes to this game, it's legitimately one of my favorite games. Watching this old footage that was taken back in I think this one's from January 27th or maybe 28th. I can't remember without looking it up real quick, but I had so much fun playing this game. I would honestly do it again. I would definitely do the rowboat challenge again, without question. I'd probably use a controller, to be honest, because that one is a lot easier, because the amount of carpal tunnel I ended up in my left hand was ridiculous. I ended up owning 2 carpal tunnel bracelets at one point because of a 6-hour session, and it was bad, because I go to the gym and everything, and I could not lift anything. It was like my hands were just jacked. Oh, there's a little ship out there, but sorry, I was watching the footage as it goes. I think I was stumped on this one for a minute. Yep, that's what it looks like. Where it's something about a cavern or a crevice, canyon maybe. Ugh. Just the mood in this game. Like occasionally, I just it's so picturesque. Like unless you like really look at like the rocks where it's like it gets kind of janky where the rocks meet the ground. Just looking out to sea, looking at an island, hell, firing yourself over an island and looking at it is just it's gorgeous. Like I love it. I love the sound design in this game. I love the visuals. Like I like how the characters are like wicked cartoony, but like like it's almost like the terrain uses dream logic, and I just love it because it's like this is whoa, 1 second, go back. All right, so it looks like I actually didn't turn anything in on my previous session. It was all lost. So when the power went out, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm basically starting at ground zero as I'm about to do what's technically my first turn in. So what little gold I have is most likely from, picking up skulls and such. So that's pretty cool. Here in a second it should slow down, because I think I'm heading over to Plunder Valley. Nope, looks like I'm going to grab some gunpowder chests. Which, sadly, early on, worth their weight in gold. Anywhere from 100 to 250 gold. And I think this was right before or right after they started the whole, needed supplies, but I think that was to get, like, boards and board crates, fruit crates, cannonball crates. But I had that rule about not spending any gold, so I kept true to that. Because honestly, like, I could have just... Yeah, it probably would have helped me in the merchant runs, but like I said, I didn't want to, like, have loot that I didn't scavenge, and that's kind of like where I went with it. Sunken ships, always amazing. I can't remember if I ever did any fishing. I think I did. I utilized Old Bounty because I could keep an eye on it. On the horizon, that is. Yeah, now I'm heading over to Plunder Valley, I think. Yeah, alright, so it looks like my first session was a complete bust. And I actually didn't turn anything in. That's awesome. Well, it sucks, because I wasted all that time. And that explains why my footage was such a pain in the butt to get my hands on. Alright, first up. Got you. And I think it's safe to squeeze a voiceover in here too. It doesn't look like the volume peaks too highly, so I don't think I speak during this. So if I end up talking over myself, I apologize. I'll probably speed up the footage here in a second. I'm just enjoying this turn in. I always love the sound of the thunk thunk. Back even when I became a pirate legend and everything, the first time I did it, I would even collect castaway chests. I very rarely ever left them behind. Because, chests go thunk thunk. So it is what it is. Ooh. There's some shit. Alright. I may have actually saw that one earlier, I just wasn't paying much attention. Ugh. See, that's the problem with those things. You don't know how far away they really are without, well, unless you have a map, then you can tell exactly where they are. Hey! I guess my gunpowder finally registered. Yes, give me accommodations. Alright, just for posterity. I have no one in my crew. Gotta love the deep ones. Yeet. Oh, it's not deep at all. Yep. Go grab some air. Oh, I do remember what I forgot earlier. I had a ammo chest. I left it on the beach back at Discovery Ridge. Dang it. Couple gunpowders. Tell you what. Make you a deal, fam. Let's take our little green rock. I see someone with their anchor down. I see someone with their sails down. A quick death is what we said when Siri flipped her tails instead of a head. Oh, sailing, rowing over the waves, we count down sloops, galleons to their graves, will turn in their loop and say thank you, praise. I ran out of rhymes, so ending it there. Oh yeah, he sees me. Did you leave any loot on the beach, Brandon? Doesn't look like it. Yo, let's go. I legitimately thought that that footage was lost on the original recording. Like, you have no idea how excited I am to find that. Oh, yes. I legit, like, the first time I played, I know I played for a long ass time, and I had a boat that was so loaded up, and I was so proud of it, and then my power went out in the middle of it, and I feel like me legit, like, in the beginning of this video, even in the first video, I'm like, oh, I don't know what the hell happened here. I had your power went out. I didn't even think for a second the power went out, but thank God I watched this video, or started to watch it while I'm editing it, and yeah, straight up, just, yeah, power went out yesterday. And then I found that video of taking out that pirate legend. That poor guy. He was the first pirate I ran into in this game. Like, I knew the first pirate I killed was a pirate legend. Because I remember talking to my friends. I was like, yo, even the first pirate I killed was a pirate legend. It's meant to be, man. I'm going to make it. And, yeah, no. I did not lose that footage. And, yeah. It's almost too beautiful, guys. Alright. You know, in a way, I kind of hope that sloop didn't rage quit. Ooh, get him. Ooh, Marauder's chest. Ooh, villains. My treasure is there. Yeah. So, here in a second, you'll see why I keep turning my head and why I slowed the footage down. Right there. At this point, I was merely suspicious that they might try to intercept me. They were definitely in position because the Reaper's chest lets them know where I'm at. The same way I found it, except it appears on their map that's on their ship. I don't have the luxury of such a map. What I do have is my small size, and he's, at this point, maybe still looking for a boat on the other side of the rocks. But as I crest the wave here, he definitely shows that he is starting to rotate into me. Right now I'm off his starboard beam, and I kind of panicked there. I do remember that I started like clicking the wrong buttons. I'm like, oh god, he's definitely turning. And my only chance now is getting to these rocks. And that's where I start heading. So yeah, now he has definitely raised sails to cut his turn a little sharper. Still not sure if he sees me. I can't remember if he fires off his cannons here. I believe he fires one. I could be mistaken, or it might just be the lightning in the distance up here. Yeah, these rocks are a godsend, because I'm going to put a little distance between the two of us. But you're going to see some fancy rowing here in a second. There it is, there's those cannons. So yeah, right now I'm going to have to make a zigzag pattern as I try to get over the Reaper's hideout, which is sadly, I believe, in the storm currently, or just beyond it. Yeah, so it's a tight squeeze, but I don't have far to go, thankfully. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm right between Castaway Isle and Fool's Lagoon. So, if Fool's Lagoon is the one on my starboard side, and I start cutting to the northwest, I should show right up at Reapers. At least that's my logic. But you'll see as these waves pick up, I do not have any visibility here soon, so bear with me. It's going to get rough. So as it turns out, that's Castaway, so it's practically north, but I'm not fully confident on it, and I don't believe I was here. Reaper's Hideaway, or Hideout, was not one of the ones I was used to. Never really got into doing the Reapers thing. I've always kind of skirted, played rat plays, but here we go. So, I gotta admit, me standing up here is a little bit of a panic play. Those cannonballs came in much closer than I thought they were. So at this point, I keep catching myself looking back at Fool's Lagoon, and after that Reaper's Hideout marquee popped up, I did kind of lose my way because I was like, no, it can't be this far south, can it? Of course, that sloop is still right there, and I'm lost. At this point, there's no doubt about it. I'm legitimately lost in the storm. It only took me a few seconds, and boom, I'm lost in the storm. I didn't have enough time to hop overboard and look for landmass underwater, which is commonly a way I can find my way in the storm. So at this point, I was just trying to guess. I was using the sun because it sets in the west. I knew I needed to go a little bit north by northwest if I hadn't already passed it. So you'll see me look behind me real quick a few times. But yeah, that sloop's coming in, and I am scared. Oh, it's horrible. I literally just saw the island off the starboard side. Okay, I think I just figured it out in the game. Okay. I'm watching. I'm apparently I got panicked and stopped talking in the actual recording. So here I'm like, the island's on your right. Turn right. I hate backseat drivers. Is it bad in retrospect? I'm sitting here hating on myself for not trying to heal. All right, not bad for what would technically be the second session, though the first session was a complete bust. I can't I cannot understate that I was able to find the sinking of that sloop, and I honestly, it's been so long, I didn't even remember about the whole Reaper's chase. Scoring that was a pretty big win for me. I'm pretty proud of that. I really I really hope I'm going to get better at editing. I can't make any promises, but I'm going to try. I you know, it's funny. This is 38,000 gold right now. Boy, that number goes up pretty quick in time. Um, Mostly the times where I don't goof off and stick to the goal of making gold and aiming for the big three. Merchants, order souls, gold hoarders. Things go pretty smooth. So anyway, I got a bunch more footage to edit and cut down. I think at this point the video I just end up kind of playing around with yeah, I'll just skip through the video real quick. That way you can see the end when I actually quit.